Okay, good morning everyone, and good afternoon to those of you that are joining us from further afield. Many thanks for joining us today. I'm Oliver Stewart, Rosper's Business Development Manager, and I will be chairing today's session. Today we are focusing on the oil and gas industry sector. Understanding hazards and risks within this sector is fundamentally important. Risk assessing and introducing control measures to reduce the potential for accidents underpins success, and as a result, workers return home safe and healthy at the end of their working day. Managing simple and complex risks well is at the heart of this sector, from considering slips, trips and falls through to process safety related issues. ROSPA's role is to encourage members and award winners to share what works well for them and through the exchange of life-enhancing knowledge and skills. Today, I'm joined by Sandeep Kumar, safety engineer at Kuwait Aviation Fueling Company, better known as KAFCO. Sandeep has over 19 years of work experience and holds a bachelor's in chemical engineering as well as a master's in chemical engineering, with his major in environmental process design. Today, Sandeep will be discussing the top health and safety issues KAFCO are currently seeing in the oil and gas sector and how they approach these challenges. You will also hear best practice for how they evaluate their own health and safety management. Following his presentation, should you have any questions for him, please feel free to type them in the chat box. And if you have any wider questions surrounding your specific area of work and would like ROSPA's opinion or take, please do let us know what they are and we will put you in contact with one of our specialist consultants who will do their best to answer you. So without further ado, Sandeep, over to you.
Yeah, good morning all, and thanks for giving this opportunity to share information and our practices at this bigger platform of ROSPA. And welcome to all the participants. So let us start with our small presentation, and any question you can ask at the end, and let us go through the slide by slide. So since to make you enroll into the presentation, I would like to give a brief history of our organization KAFCO. It was formed in 1963 between a joint venture of Kuwait National Petroleum Company, that is a refinery, and British Petroleum. And then later on in 1973, British Petroleum transferred its all shares to KNPC. So KNPC became a single entity, owner of the KAFCO. And then as a subsidiary, it was transferred to KPC in 1987. And then later on in 2017, again it transferred to KNPC as a subsidiary. So currently we are a subsidiary of KNPC, that is a refinery, Kuwait National Petroleum Corporation. So please, can you go to the next one? Yeah, to have you an idea about the view of our, what is our company and what we are working. What we are and what we are doing. Please see the sketch. Here we have tried to picture a representation of our facilities. The first one you can see on the top left side, that those are the storage tanks of Jet A1, and we have a single product from refinery. Then we have the pumping system, which is pumping to an underground network that is called as a hydrant network system, and the distance between our storage tank and to the airport, which is shown as a terminal building, that is almost 5 to 6 kilometers. So there is a pipeline and there is a network. Wherever the aircrafts are parked at the terminal, so those are the size and of the aircraft and other things DGCA has given to us, and based on that our hydrant pits has been installed as per the fueling location below the aircraft wings. So you can see that on near to the aircraft there are some of the pits has been shown, hydrant fueling points, and on the left bottom the one of the view of pit has been shown, that it is connected to the ring main header, and there is a riser of 6 inch, that is a pipe, and it is connected to a valve that is called a hydrant pit valve. So now again you can see the right side bottom is our dispenser vehicle, which will go and operator will go. They will connect the one hydrant pit, and other end it will be connected to aircraft below the wings. So fueling will start after all these checks and other things, and the required quantity will be delivered to aircraft. So this is just a for understanding the refinery. We have two pipelines from the refinery, 12 inch and 8 inch, that is approximately 26 kilometers from the refinery, which is not shown here. So this was just for understanding. Yeah, please can we go to the next one? Yeah, now what facilities we have? So basically we have two fuel depots. Basically we had earlier depot, then we reconstruct the new depot. So we have and yet we didn't demolish the old one. So currently we have a total of 86 million liter storage capacity. We have hydrant system with pipelines and hydrant pits. We have transfer pipelines. That's what I told, from refinery to our depot. Then we have industrial buildings, offices, workshops, stores, fire station, etc. Then we have a operation control room, which is 24-hour occupied with our operators in a shift and with supervisor. Then we have fueling vehicle fleets that includes the dispenser and the Bowsers. You can see in the picture top side, it is a almost, we have different size, but generally it is 60,000 liter capacity. Then we have a staff of 350 employees. Yeah, please go to the next. Being a subsidiary of K company, and it's a government company, and we are following all the government standards, and in addition of that, we are for higher performance, we have enrolled with the ISO systems, and we have integrated management system, which includes 9001 for quality, 14001 for environment, and for OSAS, means health and safety, we have 45001 certification. So this is as an integrated management system, it is working since long at our organization, and we have learned from this, and we have improved a lot from this system. Yeah, please go to the next. Okay. Now let us see our performance of 22-23. We have achieved 2 million man hours without lost work case incident, and the last lost work case was in 2019, and that was even not that big. The one employee fall down while he was using a ladder, and he had an injury in the back, and he could not come back to work for a few days. That's why it was a lost work case. Okay, the other than this, we have 0 major fire, no major traffic accident, no major volume spills. That is a criteria as per the KPC here, our parent company, Kuwait Petroleum Corporation. That is a volume spill any more than 1 barrel. Then we have a process safety incidents of Tier 1 and 2, 0. Only we have some of the Tier 3 incidents, that is a less than 1 barrel leak or some challenge to safety system. We have all the as per schedule emergency drills we have planned and we are conducting. The regular HSE training sessions for all level of employees, that includes not only HSE, we have a separate operational trainer also. Then HSE audits are done by management and supervisory level staff. Then in addition of that, we have HSE improvement reporting system. So that is a, see, earlier start of the means many years back, we had several system. Then we come to know that we need to have a separate system for reporting a substandard act and conditions. So we developed that system, and now it is in the portal. We have developed a portal, so all employees can register the substandard act, substandard condition, and safety suggestion also. And based on the evaluation, we have also system to reward the employees for the best suggestions. So that is a improvement reporting. Yeah, please go to the next. Health and safety issue currently seeing in the oil and gas sector. This unique set of challenges we have listed, not particularly specific for aircraft fueling. This is in general we have listed that based on the materials handled in the oil and gas, yeah, highly hazardous oil and gas operations. So whenever there is a change of service, addition of the material and the hazard, all the known know-how of the risk management and the system will change. So that's why it is based on the material. The second one is diverse and multicultural workforce. And third one is multiple contractor being brought together from different working environment with multiple dialect and language, all working on a single and potentially hazard sites. So this second and third, it's a together, it's a general, we can say that human interface related factor. And the last one is related to environment. So we have extreme weathers here. So we see some of the challenges in terms of a extreme condition of heat, humidity, wind, rain, and dust during certain times of the year. So these are the what we see in general as a current challenges to our oil and gas sector. Please go to the next. Now, what we see as a future challenges, that is based on our experience, and here we have listed specific to aircraft fueling. So what we see is that quick response to the fueling requirements. See, in earlier years, when maybe 25 years before, we had less aircrafts at the airport, and at that only one terminal. Now after that we have terminal separate 3 more terminals, and one very big terminal, terminal 2 is under construction. So we have the Kuwait has expanded in terms of aviation capability. So we have more aircrafts, and our requirement from aircraft fueling company to fuel is increased. So definitely we need a quick response at a time for multiple aircrafts. So it has become a challenge. Then multiple service group working near the aircraft. The same way it was earlier also, but when the first, because of the first one, now we see the change in the human behavior, our behavior of our people, and human factor has come into the more picture into the more severe way. So this has also come into the picture. The risk related to other parties who are working at the apron. Then next one is the behavioral aspect of the workers. Because of the first two, as I told, we have seen the increase in the sum of the accidents where human factor has been more predominant as compared to previous one. And recently also even DGC had asked us that you should have some of the human factor related trainings and other things. So we more clarified, we had one program also. Then we particularly described the human factor violations and human factor error. What is there is a very thin difference between the violations and the human error. So we conducted a training on the dirty dozens, and we keep the ball rolling now, and still we are improving on that. Then the next challenge is the infrastructure development and readiness. This is why, because see we are basically enrolled with the Joint Inspection Group JIG requirement. So JIG standards are improving. Now recently they have issued the JIG 13, and under JIG 13 they have many infrastructure related changes they have mandated. So this is the related challenge to implementation of current JIG standards. And the next one is a diversified impact of pandemic. That's what we recently had seen in 20 and 21. We have come out of that, but still our system is learning from that. So these were the challenges what we are seeing as a future challenges. Please go to the next. Yeah, and for the above challenges, these are just a brief what we have tried to summarize our learning and solutions what we have tried at right now, and still we are learning. So for first one, what we can see is for quick response for fueling requirements, we have trained our people with more rigorous trainings. Then we have increased our fleets, means we have purchased new vehicles which is with more interlocks, more sophisticated instrumentation. So reliable equipments are needed. For the second point, there is a multi-service group working near the airport. That is really we have only the mitigative measures. So we have in our ERP we have involved those stakeholders who are working other than us at the apron while fueling at the fueling the aircraft. So this is only the risk management and not the control and prevention. Now, as I told, for the human factor and human related things, we have awareness trainings, and then in addition of that, we have increased the reporting, and we have implemented one more program, basically exclusive fueling audit for the fueling covering human factors. So let me just try to brief what it is. Whenever our aircraft, you can see the picture in the right side, with the vehicle, our operator is fueling, connecting to the aircraft wing, and he is doing several steps of the process. So whenever he is doing the fueling, one safety engineer will go to the site, and sometime with information to the operator, or sometime without informing to the operator, he will watch out all the steps and procedures what he is following, and he will do a audit. So this we have recently added to understand the human behavior and human factors while they are fueling. Then next one is infrastructure development. Yes, we have, other than buying the new fleets, we have also some of the construction related changes we have done in our depot, some of the civil related jobs, and some of the new equipments and other things. So that is we have currently we have implemented. Then last one is post pandemic impact is minimized, but still we are working from that. For example, there were two major things during the pandemic. One was the who can do the work from home and who can manage from home. That was the one thing. And second thing, the business continuity plan with a different percentage of the manpower. For example, 60% manpower, 50% manpower, 25% manpower. And that was also the requirement of our parent company, KPC and KNPC, that develop a business continuity plan with different percentage of manpower availability. So we have developed those things, we have already worked, but still we are learning from the system and we are improving on that. So that is still we are challenges under implementation stage and we are learning from that. Yeah, okay, please go to the next. Related to the leadership approach, the being our organization is a very well established and we can say quite achieved in a certain aspects, but still it's not a very big giant organization like refineries and other things. And so it is a possible, and it is also a what initiation and our management initiative that they show the visible committed demonstration in terms of safety and health. It's not only that on the paper or on the procedure, no. You can see in this picture, the person who is pointing to the site, he is our general manager. So we have a different high visibility tools, which includes the team leaders, managers, and general managers. So the first approach to show our leadership is visible commitment shown by our top leaders. So this is the first thing. Other than this, as I told, they are conducting audits and other things, but safety as a first discussion topics in the meeting, which includes the incidents, audits, trainings, and other concerns. So whenever we have a management review meetings, those will be given priority, and it has never skipped for any reason. So that is a leadership approach at our QAFCO. Please go to the next. Okay, see the again how our management is showing the leadership approach is participating in the training along with the other staff. You can see the right side, the first row center. He is our general manager. He is himself is participating in. It's not possible to participate in all, but he always ensure that he is coming to our training hall, and you can see that with other employees he is also participating. Then other than this, HSE key performance targets for employees are set, which is linked to the performance appraisal. So that is one of the way, and it is also percolated from our parent company KPC and KNPC. So it is linked with to the performance appraisal of the each employee. So it's not the only procedure and the documents to follow. So HSE KPIs are very serious at QAFCO. So these are the some of the key issues by which how we are showing our leadership approach at QAFCO. Please go to the next. Health and safety management system strength and weaknesses. I will speak mainly on the strengths and consider our weaknesses only whenever when we are implementing those things. What is our area of the strength? So first one is the health and safety management in QAFCO is implemented through ISO 45001, and as I told, we are certified for that, and it is integrated management system. Here I would like to draw your attention. In addition of that, we have a certain requirement of HSE MS system. That is from a parent company. It is a integrated system where some of the requirements are from our K companies. Sometimes we have some of the requirements we request them to exclude, because being a small organization and not a refinery, but still the always parent company is forcing to establish a good standard, and wherever there is a sort of a dilemma, they always ask to go for it. For example, process safety management. If you will go for a criteria, the perfect criteria of where process safety management is required, it doesn't qualify. But in terms of a good practice and other K companies, our parent company said that follow it, and we also have taken the initiatives to implement PSM, and at our site it is implemented and it is working. So other than this, each process attached to the OHSMS is with KPIs and it is monitored quarterly into the management review meeting. So it is in MRM every quarterly it is reviewed. All the processes are internally audited separately rather than a system audit. See, system audit is one part and individual all the processes is audited to ensure that it is working. And can you believe it that sometimes some of the auditor has reported the minor things including text changes and other changes. So that's where we are really getting a good feedback from our internal auditors on each processes, and every time when we renew it we are getting better and better outcome. So monitoring of the system performance through regular management review meetings, as I told. OHSMS is a key tool for continual improvement. So that is the only key tool for our continual improvement. Our weakness is only when we find something non-conforming to this, and then that is our weaknesses. Please go to the next one. As a result of all this long journey of commitment from all stakeholders, employees, management, leaders, our investors, over a time of 11-year journey, we have achieved these rewards. ROSPA President Award. This is second time we received. First time at the completion of 10 years, and last time at the completion of 11 consecutive Gold Award. And also we have received a ROSPA Fleet Safety Gold Award. That also 5-time consecutive Gold Award, and then that's why you could earn that. Yeah, please go to the next. What we are doing to remain in the stream, in the flow, and sort of ahead of the curve, basically on the toes to meet all the future challenges. Some of the things are like protective measure is predominating factor, where we are considering relying mostly first on the HSE training awareness. Means we are successful in convincing our people that safety and HSE is most important. It's not a procedure, it's not an instruction, it is important. So that's why, for example, whenever we are giving an induction training to even our contractor who are here on our site for a short term, maybe 1 day, 1 week, 1 month, we are telling them that whenever there is a fire or something, if you are trained to use a portable extinguisher, and if your judgment is good enough that you can fight it, then only you are responsible to use the extinguisher. Otherwise, your duty is to make yourself safe and to report it. That's only the primary duty of the any visitors or any contractor. So by conveying this message, we are emphasizing on importance of health and safety, and that's why priority of our people over our assets and money. Then second one is audits. We have several types of audits, and we have all the recommendations we are tracking into the portal. For reporting also, we are conducting a different awareness session. For example, every year we are repeating campaign of near miss reporting. So by that we have improved now. Earlier, some of the substandard act and condition we got into the near miss. Over and over repetitive training on near miss. Now we have a good quality of near miss. Okay, it has reduced initially, but it is of good quality. Then risk assessment. We have a different stage of risk assessment. For example, a new project, we have a different procedure. For a management of inside the management of change, we have a risk screening, and we have some checklist. Then we have a BBS, that is a behavior based safety, also we have implemented. There we have a tools name abbreviated as a BOOST. Behavior based observation is our safety tool. We are training our observers, we are receiving the observations, and we are implementing the recommendations. Then we have operational training. As I told, other than the safety training, there is a dedicated operational trainer, and they have the training. Then other than this, we have improved in our infrastructure and facilities. For example, some of the interlocks in vehicle and maintenance program. And this is, as I told, to implement the current JIG requirement. So these are the way we are trying to remain ahead of the curve and to keep our success alive and getting more success in health and safety area. So this was the in general from Kafko, and here I would like to end my presentation. So please go ahead for if any question.
Thank you very much for that, Sandeep. That was very in-depth, and I think we all learned a lot from that. So as mentioned earlier, and Kate has so kindly pointed out where the chat box is, so if you do have any questions for Sandeep, please submit them in that chat box on the right-hand side, and we'll try our best to answer as many as possible. So while we're waiting for some to come in, I'd like to kick off with one, Sandeep, if you don't mind. So how do you keep health and safety issues in the mind of your workers?
It's a by different ways from beginning to training and incentives. As I told, we have several campaigns and awareness sessions with rewards. Other than this, not only this, in our individual KPIs, we have said that 2 mandatory safety suggestions to be reported in a year, each employee. And then the best suggestion and best substandard condition reported in a year is rewarded. So this is the reward way. Another thing is by emphasizing our management that we value our people over the wealth and properties. That is a clear message from our management. That's why we are emphasizing. One more way is involvement of the employees in different levels. For example, our company's slogan earlier was we keep the world's airline flying. Recently, there was one drive. Our management asked that please submit your suggestion to change the slogan, and the best suggestion was selected and it was rewarded. So now our slogan is we fuel your success since 1963. So the same way we have one committee for innovative ideas, and that's where we are these are the tools, but what we are doing is involving the people, and that's why also it is required as one of the element of process safety, workforce involvement. So that's why by involving them, we are having a better response from them, and we are keeping in their mind that it is important.
Okay, thank you. We've had an interesting one come in from one of the attendees today. So, is safety always top of the agenda at all level of corporate meetings?
Yes.
Short answer, but good to know. We've had another one there from someone else. Do you have a format for an integrated manual? We are in stages of reviewing our current one due to its complexity.
For integrated manual, it's a long learning journey. Why? Because when you will integrate some of the modules, safety is a coordinator, means HSE is a coordinator, but the different what is called as a facilitator, like operation, maintenance, and sometimes when we integrate the new module, it's a very difficult to implement, but it's a long journey. We have integrated manual for ISO, and PSM, it's still under development because we have 2 module of contractor management. It's still under revisions. So yes, we have integrated management manuals. So the question is, they are looking for a help, or do you have a format for a integrated manual? We are in the stages or reviewing our current one. Oh, okay. The question is on format. Format, you have to map your organization basically, because that will decide your format. Because when you will map your organization against each element in different system, for example, environment management system, health and safety management system, and process safety management, then by mapping against your organization, it will say that it can be integrated or not. For example, some of the elements for refinery, it is separate, whereas for our system it is integrated. So format is not fixed. We are learning, and we are every time we are revising based on the requirement. For example, first time integrated was in when there was an external audit from ISO. It was in 2018, and then they had given some of the suggestions when we improved. Then when we implemented the ISO 45,000, which was earlier OSAS 18,000, and the risk-based approach came. So again, we changed some of the formats. So yeah, we had some of the format, but it is continuously changing actually, based on our requirement.
Good, thank you.
I hope it will help him.
Hopefully it will. So I do apologise. We are running out a little bit of time. So for any of the other questions that are in there, we will get back to you. So just to close, really, you touched on the ROSPA Awards there and how they've helped CAFCO through their journey. The ROSPA Awards are one of the most prestigious and recognised schemes in the world, with almost 2,000 entries every year. From nearly 50 countries, and cover a reach of over 7 million employees, which we're incredibly proud of. The awards truly are global and are open to teams and companies from anywhere in the world, recognising and rewarding good safety performance. So entering the awards can bring many benefits to your organisation, both internally and externally. It can help you benchmark performance, enhance team morale, win tenders and new clients, and also inspire you as an organisation to drive change. It's an annual opportunity to reflect and more importantly, celebrate what you're achieving in your management of health and safety. You can read more about the awards on the ROSPA website, and it's not just restricted to ROSPA members, although you do receive fantastic entry fee discounts as well as a wide range of other benefits. And also just to note on that as well, you don't have to be a huge company to win a ROSPA award. It's quite a well-known myth, but it's absolutely not true. We frequently have smaller organisations that win trophies. So registrations will be opening this month, so please keep your eyes peeled on your emails as well as on ROSPA social medias, and reach out to one of our awards team for any queries. You can reach them at awards@rospa.com. And yeah, just again, thank you all for attending today. We've got many more webinars coming up, so covering a range of different sectors, so please keep an eye on your emails for those as well. And yeah, we hope to see you again soon. So thank you very much. Goodbye and enjoy the rest of your day.
Thank you.
Thank you, Sandeep.